Hello, welcome back to LIVENODING. In this episode, I want to share with you a simple setup using geometry nodes. So basically, it's like a bunch of Susan head that looks like a drone flying. And if I adjust this value from 0 to 10, it's gonna land and create this letter A. If I actually change this factor, it's gonna be the shape is going to be letter X. Okay, so let's take a look. Let's take a look how I actually create this. Originally, the setup was actually following this setup from Alexander Alvisser. So this one, in this example, he's using a bunch of cards, and this is slightly more complex, but I think he explained it really well under 14 minutes. So I will give you the link to this one. My setup is just a slightly simpler version. So as you can see, there's the nodes that actually responsible for this is the sample index. This is actually to sample the position of points in the grid or like in a mesh. And there's another one, actually this one, capture attributes and position, and also a vector mix node. I'll start with, okay, let's make it simpler for at the moment. Okay, of course we have two positions, right? The first one is like point position where Susan is actually floating, so it's like random position. So this is how I created that random positions between -1 and 1, and I can randomize the seed, and I just sample the index while at the same time I'm adding noise. I'm adding noise to the positions, so maybe just a little bit of noise, so it's kind of like floating. Okay, swaying in the sky. So that's the original position, and then I just pass this value, vector value of points down there, and then just use the mix. And as for the vector, I'm using the length of each point's position in vector. So when I do these transitions, it's gonna start from the very far away points, and then the closer one will be the last. So this is also kind of interesting. That's for the vector. If I get rid of this, it's gonna travel just linearly, so it's a bit boring, but with the length you get that kind of transition that's less boring, because it's like one by one kind of goes into the position. The second position is coming from this letter A, which is just a string filled with turn it into mesh, whether using n-gon or triangle, and then distribute the points on face. You might find you might be wondering how many points that we have. The points is actually decided up here. So let me try to explain. If I, instead of using random points, if I'm using grid arrange, for example, let me try. So if it's a grid 6 by 6 with the same position and index plug into sample index, we get this vector value that we can plug in. Okay, we get a grid of Suzanne. Let me show you. Okay, and we still have that grid can transition into letter A. Okay, so that's clear enough. But the grid itself, let me try play around with it. So if I increase the points, Okay. Now, for example, I have 100 points at the beginning, and then the points try to transition into letter A. It still kind of work, but apparently the one that's really making, the one that decide on the number of points is actually the one that's coming from letter A, which is this one. So the second point position will decide the number of points that's gonna be animating. Okay, so that means our grid, the length of our grid, whatever number this might be, let me kind of try to guess it. I think it's around 64. Maybe I can play around with this number. 64, it's probably around 45. Now it's actually more correct because as you can see the number, all the grid is making these shapes, and then the points kind of the same value, so we can use all the points position on the grid. So if we try to increase the grid number, we might see, okay, some points are missing, right, with the grid, the square grid. That means the points should be less. So I think maybe the setup needs to be modified so we can have control on how many, the exact drones that we need to shape the letter A. But in this case, it doesn't really matter. Maybe some drones will fail anyway, but the points will still go from A to B. Okay, so if I actually turn this on, it's gonna turn into X. And in that case, the value here doesn't work anymore, which is just kind of strange. Let me check. Okay, originally we have this mix value, and then it goes from this grid into letter A, and after it becomes letter A, if I want to transition to X, maybe I have to get rid of all of this and then enable this vector. Yeah, maybe the setup is not totally perfect, but I need to make something that's able to make switch. Okay, this is going to be A. In this case, I want to truffle back to original position, and then this letter X, this guy right here, needs to comes in. So that means this position capture attributes needs to goes in to the transition up there. Up here, so okay, maybe probably at the moment the setup is more like a series of nodes. It's not like it doesn't work in parallel. Maybe I need to take a look again. Anyhow, in the end, I just use Suzanne and instance Suzanne head, but the whole thing is still kind of procedural, and you can make changes. Like in this case, if I don't want to make letter A, let's come back to this. Let's say I need more drones, down there because I want to create the whole writing. So I just need to increase the number. Okay. There you go. I think, yeah, it makes the letter, it makes the blend. I need to increase the number of density here, increase the size maybe, and increase the number of okay. So that's a drone coming in. This is the, where's the grid? Maybe this number is too big. Okay. Now it's sort of doing it. I just wonder why it doesn't work if I make this bigger. It works when it's smaller. So that's still kind of weird. Okay, but anyway, I think that's a start. I have to take a look why the setup doesn't work, but it takes a bit of, you know, trial and error in order for this to work. Yeah, with the cards, take a look at the card example, and then you can also use paths to control this bunch of cards, which is really cool. I want to do the same with this drone setup. So maybe, okay, instead of using Suzanne, let's take a look at the points. So we have a bunch of points, and I can increase the size, right? Increase the density. I think that while I'm increasing the density, I also need to increase the number. So instead of using grid, I will go back to this, use this position. I cannot increase the number of points here. So my feeling is that the density of the X also needs to be increased. So which is weird. So okay, so in this setup I have 3 different position vector, and the 3 positions apparently needs to match each other. So we can actually blend between each character properly. So this is the X, the blend, and the original random value. Yeah. So that's actually an interesting, you know, something interesting that you need to learn. So with the field geometry nodes, apparently the number of vectors can be different or static, and then you are passing value or sampling, you are capturing the value, and the points needs to match with the whole setup. Otherwise it's not gonna work properly. I think that's my conclusion. So the original point value apparently is not really important. I mean, it's important at the beginning if you want to make them spreading. Okay, otherwise, so we can actually tell how many of the drones. If I set this to 0, right, everything is gonna go to 0. If I increase the value, it's gonna start to transition into that random position. So it's gonna, the effects kind of working a little bit better. And yeah, and we just transition again into another vector position, and then we replace it with Suzanne. We have Suzanne head. Okay, so that's basically it. So this is kind of like a drone vector setup with geometry nodes. Slightly tricky, but just remember, whenever you want to sample the position, you use this setup: position and index, sample index. And if you want to capture an attribute and you kind of want to transfer the vector, you are doing it this way. Make sure you also need to realize instances sometimes. If it's a string and then you distribute points on faces, you need to realize instances into point cloud and then capture the position and then just pass it into the geometry. All right, so that's pretty much it. Hopefully you find it useful. Thanks again for tuning in, and I'll see you next time. Thank you. Bye.